In the village of Amono, there lived a gentle yet weary woman named Zawadi. In a modest hut, she resided with her son, Chidi, the sole source of her happiness. After the storm claimed her husband's life, Zawadi found herself alone, shouldering the responsibility of caring for Chidi. Each day, she toiled relentlessly, yet despite her efforts, there always seemed to be a shortage of food. Chidi was becoming frailer, and each time Zawadi gazed into his hungry, sorrowful eyes, her heart shattered. Zawadi rose with the dawn, greeting each day before the sun made its appearance. She toiled with heavy firewood, drew water from the stream, and cultivated the parched, cracked earth. Yet, despite her tireless efforts, the small amount of food she cultivated fell short of satisfying their hunger. The village market offered no assistance whatsoever. The prices were so high that even a single yam exceeded her budget. Regardless of her efforts, it always fell short. Chidi was a joyful boy who delighted in laughter and enjoyed playing with his friends. However, recently he had become more subdued. His cheeks had lost their roundness, and he felt too weary to dash about. Zawadi would sit beside him, gently stroking his hair, whispering softly, "Mama is trying, my son, we will be fine." Yet deep down, Zawadi questioned whether things would ever improve. She prayed and hoped, yet her struggles persisted endlessly. After a long and arduous day, Zawadi found herself outside her hut, gazing up at the stars that twinkled in the night sky. The moon hung high, luminous and serene, casting a gentle glow over the stillness of the night sky. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she murmured, "I just need a single day to find peace. A day free from pain, hunger, or sorrow." She couldn't quite understand why the words escaped her lips, yet it seemed as though the stars were attuned to her voice. She whispered her desire once more, gently. In an instant, the wind ceased its dance, leaving the air enveloped in a profound stillness. The once calm night now carried an unsettling chill. A silhouette started to emerge at the boundary of the woods close to Zawadi's dwelling. Zawadi felt her heart pounding as she rose to her feet. "Who is present?" she cried out, her voice trembling. The silhouette expanded, looming before her. A towering silhouette, shrouded in darkness, spoke with a whisper as gentle as a breeze. "You summoned me," the figure remarked. Zawadi quivered, yet remained rooted in place. "May I ask who you are?" she inquired. "I am no longer alive," the figure responded. Zawadi gasped, stepping back, yet did not advance any closer. "You long for tranquility," it proclaimed, "and I have arrived to bestow it upon you." Zawadi's fear morphed into a state of bewilderment. "Pause," she inquired. "Death acknowledged. One may borrow death for a single day. You will find tranquility, liberated from all suffering and grief." Zawadi paused, uncertainty flickering in their eyes. "Only a single day?" she inquired. "Will I awaken afterward?" The empty resonance of death answered back. "Indeed, you will come back after a day. However, it is essential to grasp that death is not something to be taken lightly. Should you rely on me too frequently, I might not return your existence to you." Zawadi contemplated the idea and gave a nod of agreement. "I just need one day," she said. Death extended its dark, ethereal hand and brushed against her forehead. The surroundings faded into shadows as Zawadi succumbed to slumber. The following morning, Chidi awoke to discover his mother motionless on the floor. "Mama," he called out, gently shaking her. She remained still. The little boy's heart raced with fear. He burst from the hut, calling out, "Help, my mother is not waking up." Villagers hurried to Zawadi's hut and discovered her lifeless body. Some shed tears, while others murmured their hopes to the heavens. One elder spoke with a heavy heart. "She has departed from us." They started making arrangements for her burial. The villagers convened to deliberate on the burial. And soon, the village's native doctor, Umanye, made his entrance. He was a sagacious and esteemed individual who grasped concepts that eluded others. He gazed at Zawadi's body and remarked, "Her spirit has not journeyed far. Do not lay her to rest just yet. We shall have to wait until tomorrow." The villagers found themselves in a state of confusion. Yet they held a deep trust in Umanye's insight. They laid Zawadi's body in her hut and offered prayers for her soul. As dawn broke, Zawadi drew in a sharp breath and slowly opened her eyes. Her heart pulsed once more, and she felt the warmth of life coursing through her. Villagers rushed to her hut, filled with astonishment and fear. "She has returned," they exclaimed. Chidi embraced his mother with fervor, tears of happiness streaming down his face. Zawadi smiled softly and murmured, "I'm here, my son." The townsfolk referred to it as a miracle. Yet Zawadi understood the reality. She had taken a fleeting glimpse of death and found her way back to life. Initially, Zawadi experienced a sense of relief. The tranquility she encountered in death was serene and soothing. She experienced neither hunger nor pain, nor did she feel sorrow. Yet, as the difficult days resurfaced, filled with hunger and fatigue, Zawadi recalled the serene stillness that death offered. One night, she whispered the same plea. "Death, I summon you once more. May I take your tranquility for a short while?" Death manifested and cautioned her. "Do not summon me too frequently." Zawadi consented. This time, Zawadi embraced mortality for a fleeting 3 days. Before she drifted off, she entrusted Chidi to her neighbors, explaining that she had to journey to a distant farm. Amidst the tranquil embrace of the forest, she reclined on the plush grass, allowing her spirit to drift away from her physical form. For 3 days, she found solace, liberated from all suffering. On the 4th morning, she awoke to find her soul had returned, feeling light and serene. Upon her return to existence, Zawadi continued her battles. She embraced Chidi with all her strength, wishing he would remain oblivious to the reality of her whereabouts. The villagers accepted her tale of visiting another farm, yet a few murmured that there was something peculiar about her. Zawadi was indifferent. The tranquility she discovered in embracing death turned into her hidden refuge. In moments when existence felt overwhelming, she would retreat into the forest, embracing the shadows of mortality for a time, before re-emerging into the light of life once more. It seemed to be her sole means of survival. As time went on, Zawadi became increasingly at ease with the act of borrowing death. Initially, she requested just 1 day. Then it grew to 3 days, and eventually a whole week. As she ventured further into the forest, she drifted farther from the village. She dreaded the thought that the villagers might attempt to bury her before she had the chance to come back. In the forest, her body would remain undiscovered, lying in silence, awaiting the return of her soul. It exuded a sense of security. Despite her awareness of the lurking peril, Chidi became increasingly anxious about his mother's constant absences. "Mom, why do you keep leaving?" One evening, he inquired. Zawadi gently ran his fingers through his hair and spoke in a soft voice. "I will go and find food for us. My son, rest assured, Mama will always return." However, Chidi remained skeptical. He frequently shed tears when she departed, fearing she might not come back. Zawadi attempted to suppress her tears, yet her heart felt heavy with sorrow. She believed it was for the best. Taking on the weight of mortality fueled her determination to persevere for him. One day, Zawadi took a 2-week loan from death. Life had turned into a relentless struggle, and she yearned for the tranquil solace she had grown to value. She ventured into the forest, further than she had ever gone, discovering a serene nook beneath a time-worn tree. Reclining, she murmured, "Death, I am prepared." The chilling embrace of death enveloped her once more, and her spirit floated into stillness. The villagers observed her missing presence, yet they presumed she had journeyed far in search of employment. As Zawadi's lifeless form rested in the forest, Chidi remained at home, vigilantly observing the door each day. He reassured himself that Mama would return. Even as his hope slowly dwindled, neighbors offered him food and solace. Yet Chidi remained trapped in a cycle of self-blame. He reflected on how much Mama labored. All because of him, she must be utterly exhausted. He was unaware of her whereabouts, yet a profound sense within him hinted that all was not well. 2 weeks went by, and Zawadi remained absent. The villagers became increasingly anxious. A search party was formed, and they set out to find her. They speculated that she might be lost, or perhaps something dreadful had occurred. Chidi pleaded to be part of the search, yet the elders insisted he remain behind. "They assured us that we would locate your mother." The villagers searched the forest, shouting her name into the trees. After hours of searching, one of them discovered her body resting beneath a tree. "Zawadi," the man shouted. The villagers hurried to the scene, their breaths catching in their throats as they beheld her. She appeared serene, as though in slumber, yet she was frigid and motionless. Attempts to rouse her proved futile. A suggestion was made to return her body to the native doctor. "Umiye." The villagers bore Zawadi's body with great care, their hearts laden with concern. Chidi dashed toward him upon their arrival in the village, calling out for his mother. Umiye scrutinized Zawadi's body, his expression shadowed by worry. He gently rested his hand on her forehead, eyes shut tight, attuned to the soft murmurs of the ethereal realm. Following an extended pause, he slowly shook his head. "Her essence has departed," he remarked solemnly. She has been claimed by death, never to return. The villagers were taken aback, and Chidi fell into a fit of tears. Umiye elaborated, stating that Zawadi has been in debt to death for an extended period. This time, she was not granted a reprieve from death's grasp. The villagers were taken aback by Umiye's words. Taking on mortality? What does that signify? They inquired. Umiye detailed the pact Zawadi has made with death to free herself from suffering. In her pursuit of tranquility, she abandoned her obligations. Death cautioned her, yet she persisted in coming back until her moment ultimately expired. The villagers stood in quietude, their hearts burdened by sorrow. It was hard to fathom that Zawadi had concealed such a secret. Chidi held himself responsible for his mother's decisions. "It's all my fault," he cried. "Her exhaustion stemmed from my actions." Mama Amara, a gentle soul in the village, embraced him tightly and whispered, "No, my child, your mother loved you deeply, striving to bear the weight of the world. However, this was not your responsibility. She took charge of her own decisions." Chidi listened, yet the guilt lingered, an inescapable shadow haunting him. Zawadi's body was laid to rest the following day beneath a towering tree close to the village. The villagers assembled by her grave, their expressions heavy with grief. Umiye addressed them, his tone steady yet gentle. "May Zawadi's journey serve as a valuable lesson for everyone. Life presents numerous challenges, yet seeking an end is not the solution. As long as we breathe, hope remains within us. Everything can shift in the span of a single day. Yet in death, there exists no opportunity for a do-over," he remarked. The villagers listened intently, absorbing Umiye's words with sincerity. They came to understand the extent to which they had overlooked the value of life. Numerous individuals perceived their personal challenges as overwhelming. Yet, Zawadi's narrative served as a poignant reminder to cherish the preciousness of existence. They vowed to stand by each other, assisting those in difficulty to ensure that no one else would have to resort to borrowing. Following Zawadi's burial, the villagers started sharing her story with everyone, particularly the children. They aimed to impart the lesson that despite life's challenges, there is always hope for improvement as long as one is alive. They would say you can battle, you can aspire, and you can envision, yet in death, all comes to a halt. Hope has vanished completely. The children paid close attention, and the adults pondered the words thoughtfully. Zawadi's tale transformed into a timeless lesson for future generations. Chidi found refuge with Mama Amara, a warm-hearted and benevolent woman known for her unwavering compassion towards the villagers. She prepared meals for him, shared tales, and did everything she could to bring a smile to his face. Yet, despite the depth of her love for him, Chidi found herself unable to shake the longing for his mother. Each night, he wept softly, pondering whether his actions had led her to accumulate debt repeatedly. "She departed due to my actions," he murmured softly to himself. Mama Amara observed the sorrow in Chidi's eyes and chose to have a conversation with him one evening. She positioned herself next to him while he gazed at the moon. "Chidi, your mother cherished you above all else," she whispered gently. "She sought solace in rest, for life had its burdens. However, it was never your responsibility. She returned time and again because of you. She battled fiercely to hold on for you." Chidi wiped away his tears and nodded. Yet the weight of guilt remained heavy in his heart. The days in the village unfolded at a gentle pace. The community united to ensure that no one faced hardships alone. As Zawadi once had, when a family found themselves lacking food, the others generously offered what they could spare. When someone found themselves in a state of overwhelm, the villagers would rally together to offer their assistance. They came to understand that their strength lay in unity, and that compassion and camaraderie could lighten even the heaviest of loads. They aimed to ensure that no one felt compelled to flee. Chidi flourished under Mama Amara's nurturing, yet he continued to pay weekly visits to his mother's grave. He gathered blooms from the meadow and settled beneath the tree, conversing with her as though she could listen. "Mother, I am faring well," he would express. "Mama Amara is gentle, yet I long for your presence. I will ensure you feel a sense of pride." The villagers frequently observed him in that place, experiencing a blend of sorrow and pride for the boy who held his mother's love deep within his heart. One day, Uwonye assembled the village children beneath the very tree that marked Zawadi's resting place. He shared her story using straightforward language. Zawadi sought solace in the embrace of death to alleviate her suffering. Yet it returned, demanding a steep toll. She was unaware that even in the toughest moments, there exists a glimmer of hope. Had she sought assistance or been a bit more patient, Perhaps her circumstances could have shifted for the better. The children absorbed every word, their eyes sparkling with curiosity. Are you aware of the lessons that Zawadi's narrative imparts? Uwonye inquired. A young boy lifted his hand and declared that we must not lose hope. Uwonye beamed and gave a slight nod. Indeed, that's correct. Life can be challenging at times. Yet when we support one another, the burden feels less heavy. And keep in mind, even if today feels tough, tomorrow might just be the day that transforms your life for the better. Always cherish the blessing of existence. The children applauded and celebrated, absorbing the lesson deeply. As time went on, Zawadi's tale wove itself into the fabric of the village's history. It was shared by elders during gatherings and subsequently recorded in books for future generations to explore. Individuals enduring hardships frequently recalled her, drawing inspiration to persevere. Her narrative served as a gentle reminder to cherish the small pleasures in life, such as the sound of a child's laughter, the splendor of a sunrise, or the warmth of a neighbor's kindness. Chidi blossomed into a robust and compassionate young man, celebrated for his insight and benevolence. Even though he felt the profound absence of his mother, he held her memory close to his heart with a sense of honor. He dedicated himself to assisting others, providing nourishment to the hungry and offering solace to the sorrowful. My mother instilled in me the importance of love. Even during the most challenging moments, he would often express, "I will embrace life in the manner she would have wished for me." The villagers looked up to him, recognizing the essence of Zawadi in everything he did. One day, Chidi resolved to construct a modest shrine close to his mother's grave. It was a space for individuals to gather in remembrance of her. Contemplating the essence of existence, he etched her name into the stone, surrounding it with delicate flowers. "This is for Mother," he stated. The villagers started to frequent the shrine, leaving behind modest offerings of fruits and lighting candles as they sought strength and hope for their own lives. The tale of Zawadi's pact with death reached even the nearby villages. Visitors flocked to to learn about the woman who had borrowed death and to witness the shrine constructed by her son. People were in awe of the depth of her love for her child and how her narrative transformed the very fabric of village life. The villagers would say she instilled in us a deep appreciation for life. Regardless of the challenges we face, hope remains ever present. Uwonye frequently positioned himself near the shrine, engaging with visitors about the significance of togetherness and resilience. Zawadi erred, yet it became a valuable lesson for us all. He would convey to them. She demonstrated that avoiding problems does not lead to their resolution. We should confront life boldly and support each other during challenging times. Visitors nodded with contemplation, moved by the depth of Zawadi's narrative and the affection she held for her son. Mama Amara aged gracefully, and Chidi tended to her with the same love and devotion she had shown him. "You're truly a gift, Chidi," she often expressed to him. "Your mother would surely take great pride in the person you have grown into." Chidi beamed and expressed, "I owe it all to you and Mama. I will forever strive to pay tribute to her legacy by assisting others, just as she once did." Mama Amara felt an overwhelming sense of pride for the boy she had nurtured as if he were her own. As time passed, the village of Uwonye earned a reputation as a haven where no one faced their challenges in solitude. When a person was in need of food, shelter, or comfort, the villagers united to offer their support. A vibrant community flourished, where kindness held greater worth than gold. Zawadi's story transformed them, revealing that even the toughest challenges could be met with compassion and togetherness. While Chidi bore a lingering sorrow within him, he also nurtured a flicker of hope. He frequently shared stories with children about his mother's resilience and encouraged them to appreciate life. "Regardless of the challenges you face, there is always a path forward," he would assert. "Don't seek despair, seek bravery, seek optimism, and rely on those who truly care for you." The children absorbed the tale and vowed to embrace courage, motivated by Zawadi's narrative and Chimdi's demonstration. Zawadi's tale transformed into a legend, her name uttered with reverence across the realm. The shrine dedicated to her son stood as a beacon of hope and a testament to remembrance through the ages. The villagers always remembered the teachings she imparted to them. Life is a precious journey, brimming with challenges and joys. And regardless of the difficulties we face, existing offers us the opportunity to transform our circumstances. Zawadi's love, sacrifice, and story endured, serving as a poignant reminder for all to treasure each fleeting moment of life. I truly appreciate your time and attention. Thank you for watching. If you've reached this point, kindly give this video a thumbs up. This will contribute to the growth of my small YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, Be sure to do so and enable post notifications to stay updated on my latest intriguing content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this story. If you haven't had a chance to explore my channel yet, please take a moment to check it out. I possess captivating tales too. Catch you all in my next video. Farewell.